All right, boys and girls, let's talk about power tools. We're not going to be talking specifically about which one is the most powerful, but we're just going to be talking about some logic when you're purchasing power tools and some things that not a lot of people think about and then end up putting themselves hundreds of dollars deeper into tool debt than they need to go if they would have used a little bit of logic when they were purchasing their power tools. Now, this is specifically about battery-powered power tools, lithium-ion battery power tools. This is not really about corded power tools. A lot of this information doesn't apply to that, and it's not to these non-battery tools like a tape measure. It doesn't really matter. I want to discourage people to be loyal to a specific brand of tool manufacturer unless you know very specifically how that brand is made. A lot of people get it in their minds that this brand is different from that brand, not realizing that, for instance, these two brands are owned by the same company, Black & Decker. Like, some people will be like, oh, Milwaukee's the baddest, oh, Ryobi sucks. Well, they're owned by the same company. So I have a whole nother video on that, the tool monopolies and how that whole Ouroboros works, and it's a really funny situation. So anyway, we're gonna stick this time though about buying battery-powered power tools and how you can save some money. So if you're already a tool hound, you're already a tradesman, you might know some of this stuff, or you might be like, wow, that's actually pretty useful. But this is gonna be really helpful for somebody that's building their first set of power tools, or for somebody that's just like an at-home hobbyist, enthusiast, and doesn't know what kind of tools they should be buying and gets a little overwhelmed at the whole concept. So the first thing I wanna let you know is that, yes, most of the tools they sell at the store are gonna get the job done for you. Unless you work in some extreme field where you're having to max out your tools all the time, if you're using your tools correctly and you're using the right tool for the job, then most of the power tools that they sell at the store are gonna work out just fine for you. In fact, even most of the Chinese crappy ones that they sell on websites whose names I don't wanna mention will probably still get the job done for you pretty well. But here's the problem with those, is a lot of those companies only make like one kind of tool. And then the battery that comes with the tool, you can't move it around to different tools. And this is what I really want to talk about, because these are what's more valuable than the actual tools. So let's give a few examples of this. So let's say I have a really nice vacuum that I like, this Shark cordless vacuum, but the battery that comes with it stinks. It doesn't hold a charge very well. It really quickly lost its life. And I don't really know where to find another one of those batteries. They're hard to come by. However, these tool batteries, they sell lots of them at the hardware stores. They sell them online. You can get them on sale. So if you can get a lot of different tools that use these same batteries, you'll end up buying less of these batteries. And you can buy the tools without the batteries, and they're actually much cheaper. So this is basically the concept here, is that you don't want to have a tool that you can't get a replacement battery for, or that the batteries wear out and you can't find another battery for, because it makes the tool useless. And it's also really useful to have the same line of tools so that you can transfer the batteries. There are some battery transfer packs that you can like put an adapter, battery adapter packs, I should say. So you can slide this on and then put it on like a DeWalt. And I don't want to tell people that they should or shouldn't use those, because I'm not like the kind of guy that knows exactly how those work, but I have seen people use them with success, although there could be some warnings on the safety in regards to that as well. And there are knockoff batteries you can buy for all these tools as well. So if you're just going the cheap route, you could probably get away with that, although it will void some of your warranties, and you got to make sure that you're trying to stay safe, right? When it comes to these lithium-ion batteries, because they can catch fire and all sorts of other stuff. So buying one line of tools without being just like a tool fanboy and saying, I love, this is the best line of tools. It could be beneficial for you to buy one line of tools just so that you can transfer these lithium-ion battery packs over. This battery pack is just as expensive as this drill. So really, it's not the tool that you're buying a lot of the times, but these battery packs. So why do I have Craftsman? Do I think it's the biggest, baddest, best tool in town? No, not really. But we don't have a lot of hardware stores here in my town. So we only have a Lowe's. That means if I want to choose tools that are on sale at my local hardware store, my only options are Cobalt, DeWalt, Craftsman, Flex, and when it came down to it, I could find the best deal on Craftsman tools and Craftsman batteries. So since all the tools will basically get the job done, as I described before, and since I had been using some of these Craftsman tools, here's another good tip. Ask people that you know that do the things that you're trying to do, what tools they like, what tools they use. If they like the tools they use, they're gonna be like, these are awesome. I've been using these for 6 years and they're still kicking. Or if they don't like the tools that they've been using, they're gonna go, oh, these Craftsmen suck, and my buddy's got a DeWalt that does it way better. And so you can get some advice from somebody that's actually working on the things that you're wanting to be working on. But like I was saying, for most hobbyists or people just trying to do basic stuff, using the tools correctly, not pushing them to their limits, all of the different brands of power tools are gonna get the job done for you. So find out one that you can get access to the battery packs and that you can get access to competitive deals. I had access to Craftsman tools through the local Lowe's and also through Amazon, and they were always competing over different prices and sales. So I've been able to get a whole lot of tools for a really cheap price. So this is just something to consider. Unless there's like a very specific thing that you're looking for, it makes more sense to buy a tool from the same line that you already have batteries for. So let's break this down a little bit further. Craftsman makes a lot of different kinds of tools. DeWalt makes a lot of different kinds of tools. So if you were like a tradesman, you might want more of like a Milwaukee brand versus a Ryobi. But if you were just somebody at home, you could get by with the Ryobi tools that aren't as powerful as the Milwaukee tools or reliable, but they have more different kinds of tools than any of the brands. So for instance, Ryobi makes a great hot glue gun that my girlfriend loves to use to make her different floral arrangements and different crafts, and I like to use it as well. And it's like a great cordless glue gun. So there are different things that you would want to consider, like does this tool company make gardening tools if you like to garden? And a lot of them make really good mini blowers. That's like one of the handiest little battery powered tools to have. So look into different kind of tools that you want besides the one that you're looking at buying initially, and you could look into the future about the tools that you're going to acquire that work with the same battery packs. That's basically the gist of it. Just remember, this is the most expensive part of power tools. And why is it important to not just shuffle one battery between all the tools as you'd say, well, the battery, you only need one battery. Not really, not if you're trying to get work done. If you're really trying to get work done, you need two batteries. You need two batteries so that, oh, you're using your drill and the battery dies, boom, replacement battery right away. Oh, you're using two drills? Now you need three batteries. That's a battery in each drill and a backup battery. Oh, you're using 4 tools at once. You should probably have 5 batteries if you don't want one of those tools to just die on you at any moment. So this is really what I'm getting at is if you can find the tools for a good deal and you can find the batteries for a good deal, that's gonna be a good deal for you. Don't worry too much about which tools are the baddest, which ones are doing this, which ones are doing that. Pretty much all of them that they sell at the stores are gonna get the job done. And this is a good reason to buy from a more reputable brand that has more different lines of tools rather than just buying the cheapest one that you found straight from China. I know a lot of these are made in China, but you get what I'm saying. So remember that if you can have access to a bigger line of tools and you have access to the tools and the batteries for cheap locally to you, that's gonna be one of your best bets for building a big base of tools, a big old full toolbox of all the stuff that you'll need for a good price. All right, that's that. I'll be back eventually with the tool monopoly video. I've got to do a little bit more research and pull up some stuff and do a little bit of video editing for that one instead of just straight shotting it like this one. So I'll be back with that one. I hope that this was helpful to any of y'all. And yeah, whatever tools you have, they're fine. Don't let anybody try to be like a little brand bitch. That's the lamest thing you can do. It's not very blue collar tough. All right, peace out, y'all.